Understand that results are just a lagging indicator. That's why we say that it's important to distance yourself from the results. Your results tells you how well your process performed for a given period of time. That's it. The tricky part is that there are two parts to performance. First part is the actual strategy. Second part is your actual performance with that strategy. Think of it like this. You have a situation where there are only two potential outcomes. Let's call them outcome 1 and outcome 2. And if you participate in that exact situation, you will get either 1 or 2. Now, for you to actually get one of these two outcomes, you will have to participate only when that exact situation actually appears. If you hesitate, enter late, exit early because price retraces and you get afraid, everything changes. You are no longer participating in that exact situation, which makes the outcome unknown. And this is actually where most people lose in trading. They have a strategy, sort of, and their performance with it sucks. In other words, they don't follow their plan consistently. They might some of the time, but not all of the time. And when the results tumble, they change strategy without looking at their actual performance in each trade. Let's take this scenario for example. What if 3 out of 10 trades were according to plan? Would you agree that you can't say much about the strategy if only 3 out of 10 trades were correct? Well, obviously, right? But still, this is what traders do. They have a plan, loosely, and then they don't follow it. And then they change when it doesn't work. And to be honest, this was me for a long period of time, and I probably wasn't aware to 100%, right? That was what I actually was doing, because of course I wouldn't do it, right? So most traders are not aware of this, but it really goes on repeat. Some people refer to it as the circle of doom. They learn something, they create a strategy, and then they lose money, then they change, and then they do the same over and over. And I think that the key to start changing that behavior is, of course, self-awareness, because you need to understand that this is actually what you are doing, and it's hurting you and it's hurting your account. In my experience, from my own trading and from working with other traders so far, is that discipline is really the biggest problem, biggest challenge people have. Not when they are in a session with a coach, for example. Usually they will do what they are supposed to do when someone is looking, but when they are by themselves, they have a losing streak, or for example, or when emotions, come into play, that's usually when discipline takes its toll. So if you really want to fix this part of your trading, understanding your part in the creation of your results is key. To distance yourself from the actual results and start looking at your performance instead, and understand how important consistency is to even be able to evaluate what you actually do. You see, the thing is that there is no strategy that you can change into that will fix you if you're an undisciplined individual. You will have to fix that part yourself. And that is why I believe that we as traders have to create our own process that we can actually follow, because then we can go into our results afterwards and look at our actual performance. Did we follow our plan? How about this trade, right? Did I enter when I was supposed to? Did I hold to my target? Did I take new market information into account? How well did I perform, right? Because the performance part is what we can actually control, nothing else. We can't control the market. We can't control whatever happens, right? But we can control what we do. So if you don't perform consistent, no strategy can save you. Consistency really is the key. Just look at the pilot, right? Before the plane takes off. He doesn't just wander into the plane, sit down, and start flying. That's not how things work. When flying a plane, I think they have a pretty hefty pre-takeoff checklist, right, that they go through. And that is a routine, that is a process for the pilot to get into the right mindset of flying, and of course to create consistency and prevent accidents. So the pilot will follow this pre-flight checklist to the point every time, like clockwork. And so should you as a trader. So guys, be patient, work on yourself, and stay true to your goals. Ultimately, the results will follow.